So in our attempts to make change, to create a different life for ourselves, when that starts to trickle down and impact existing relationships, how do we navigate that?
One of the things I say in The Only Constant is don't negotiate your change with people who want you to stay the same.
I love that.
It's powerful.
Wow.
Yeah. Do not negotiate your change with people who want you to stay the same. When we choose something for ourselves and we know that the people existing in our lives are going to have some kind of a resistance to it, or they're going to try to talk us out of it, or they're going to passive aggressively change the way they treat us so that maybe we get the hint not to move forward, or they're going to take something away from us, from what they have to offer us, like the acceptance or the welcome. We go back on the change so that we don't lose them, right? We say, their presence in my life is more important than my own life. That's really what we're saying to ourselves. But that's the battle between authenticity and belonging. The two should be present in every healthy relationship in our lives, where I can be myself, which includes I can change my life. I can go for the changes that I want, and I still fully belong in your life. My welcome in your life isn't dependent on the expectations that I meet for you. My belonging in your life doesn't depend on me staying the same, because life isn't, it's
Neutral.
It's not neutral. You can't stay the same. You have to be willing to venture off and from the path that, the only path that you thought was meant for you, or the paved path that maybe was paved by those people in your life, when maybe your parents think they know what the program is for you, and then you want to veer off, but they say, well, this is how you're going to be successful. And you say, but I don't define success that way. I would like to go in a different direction. And maybe they start treating you in a different way because now they're disappointed, or now you're not meeting their expectations. Now you're at a crossroads between choosing yourself and choosing being welcomed into the lives of people who you were always welcome in. But now you have the awareness that your welcome is conditional on you remaining as a certain version of yourself, on you making certain decisions for yourself. So when that point comes and you're at that crossroads between choosing yourself as an evolving, changing person of choice and choosing the person you always were before, it's a choice between your past and your future. And you have to decide, who am I choosing? It's not only a choice between the future and the past, also a choice between the present and the past, right? Being in the present means asking yourself, how am I feeling? What do I want for myself? What are the choices I can make right now that are going to contribute to the future that I see for myself? And so when you're constantly pulled back into wanting to be part of people's lives and wanting their approval and wanting their validation, that in a way is you negotiating your change with people who absolutely want you to stay the same. So you need to make the decision. This is your action point. Make the decision to not negotiate your change with people who absolutely want you to stay the same. That's the first step. The second step is understand why it hurts so much to be excluded by people you so badly want the approval of, by people you so badly want the validation of. Why does it hurt so much? Because when you ask yourself that question, you are seeing your own pain. Instead of saying, I'm going to stay up here in my mind, I'm going to stay at the logical, side of things. If they don't support me, then let them not support me, and I'm going to move forward with my life. That's how machines work. You are a human with a heart. You have feelings. You have a past and a history with those people that you care about so much and whose approval you want so badly. So when you ask yourself the question, why does it hurt so much? You're seeing your own pain and you're saying, you know what? This is not easy. Being a person of choice, which I also talk about in The Only Constant, seeing yourself as a person of choice is tough because you're used to other people making choices for you. But now you're in the driver's seat. So to sit with yourself and say, it's hard for me to move from the passenger side of the seat of the car, or the sitting in the back where somebody is telling me how to be. And of course they're welcoming me because I'm tagging along with them. To move from that to the driver's seat where I'm the one who has to decide where I'm headed. I'm the one who has to do damage control when there's damage. I'm the one who has to figure out the next stop. I'm the one who's going to have to figure out when I need to slow down and take a break and nourish my soul. When you sit with yourself and acknowledge the difficulty in that, that really helps with you seeing yourself as someone who's detached from that group of people who, you know, there's only a box for you and you either fit in it or you don't. And now you're saying, I'm expanding out of that box. I'm in full force of who I am. You need to acknowledge for yourself the newness of it, the exposure that you're going to feel. You are now someone who has bad blood with certain people. You are now someone who's broken the rules. And if you're somebody who's always used to following the rules and being perfect, you're going to feel like you fell off of a certain pedestal that was there. And that's uncomfortable to deal with.
Yeah. 100%.